Show, the inaugural edition. We're starting small and hoping to grow. My name is Yocheved Golani, and I'll be speaking to you about different physical, medical, emotional, and spiritual issues about coping with a medical challenge. Much of the information is based on my book. It's My Crisis, No Cry If I Need to, Empower Yourself to Cope with a Medical Challenge. More information is based on my ever-growing database of resources. I'll be happy to share them with you, and as you'll notice in the Empower Yourself book over here, I'm one with my Jewish identity. There's a spiritual flavor to my writing, as well as an appreciation for the physical and psychological realities which we mortals wrestle. Right now I'm struggling with a few words.
Starting off the show with a relevant thought, there are times when prayer is necessary, but at other times action is priority one. Sometimes a quick prayer can accomplish a lot. We learn in Torah portion Parshat Shalach from about 2 weeks ago that Moses said a 5-word prayer on behalf of his sister Miriam's recovery from Sarat. It was a skin disease she'd incurred for speaking poorly of her brother Moses. One more time. Words are one thing, action is another. Each is appropriate for specific occasions. When Moses' sister Miriam spoke unjustly about his behavior, the incident is just not relevant to today's show, God punished Miriam with a skin disease called Sarat. The very model of a healthy mindset, Moses said to God, Telna, Rafana, La, please God, please, heal her. And he said it without delay. The prayer worked and Miriam was healed. The incident is a lesson about the healthfulness of a forgiving heart and mind. It also shows us that the most spiritual man in history combined concrete action with his philosophical leanings. By the way, make serious efforts to clarify reality with someone if you're upset with their behavior. Being angry with him or her might not be justified. Gossip sure isn't. This week, the Torah portion is Yitro, Jethro, about the father-in-law of Moses. In this chapter, we learn that the enslaved Israelites suffered as cripples. Some of them were missing body parts as a result of the Egyptian slavery. Some were insane or had suffered nervous breakdowns from vicious abuse. One interesting thing that we learn in Yitro is that the suddenly freed Jews were so happy to be under God's care and recipients of moral laws handed down from heaven that each of them had healed from sheer joy by the time Moses presented them with the Torah on Mount Sinai. Packs a punch, huh? 2 dramatic examples of the effects of mature, situation-appropriate thinking and behavior. So, how does that relate to you and to me? Well, our moods, attitudes, and actions can control our reality. There's lots of medical evidence that happy people heal faster than miserable members of society. A well-rounded mind and a calm heart also prevent disease. They are medical professionals and patients who prove this time and again. When we face a medical or mental health challenge, a crisis at times, we wonder who could survive it. The answer is not in our hands, but our response to the situation is. As the closing words on my Blogspot blog indicate, I ask you to face your medical problems with dignity, face your future with optimism. That is in control. This requires practice. Nobody recovers from shocking news in a heartbeat. It's not normal. But repeated practice can get you into a coping mode to make you proud of yourself. That boost in self-esteem, plus being receptive to unknown opportunities that await you, can take you far. Consider the alternative, falling apart. Well, even if you stumble in your efforts to go forward, know that you can try again. Efforts are do-overs. As singer Bon Jovi says, success is falling 9 times and getting up 10. What about your anger or sense of guilt about your illness? Are you disabled? Sick? Scared? Carl Jung taught that I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. Did you know that a sense of boredom is sometimes an emotional response to frustration? As you'll read in Empower Yourself, anger can masquerade as judgment, criticism, and even, surprise, boredom. Like all emotions, it's a complex, ever-shifting state involving thoughts, feelings, and bodily changes. So not only do you have a medical diagnosis of concern, you might be developing distressed tummy upset, unpredictable menstrual cycles, weight problems, romantic and other complications. It's a roller coaster with thrills, spills, and corkscrew turns. None of it predictable or controllable. Okay, so much for the book. I recently informed a newspaper's health supplement editor of global solutions to exasperating problems for people with disabilities. I referenced organizations advocating for and creating productive change. Individual people of all ages finding solutions to complications in their lives. Non-disabled people wouldn't have a clue to what those issues might be, but they do mess up persons in wheelchairs, with walkers or hearing and vision problems. As the rest of the world grows to understand those limitations, business owners and everyday people can behave more thoughtfully to and realistically with people who'd appreciate that. Let's get back to you and what you're facing. Frustration and pain are part of the picture, all right. That boredom thing is another. But what if it's only boredom? Waiting for life to get better is maddening. So is waiting for doctors to keep their appointments or being able to go outside. Being stuck indoors is not what many songs are made of. You can find some nifty solutions to boredom on pages 21 to 24 of Empower Yourself to Cope with a Medical Challenge. They're effective. Psychotherapists kid with me about how their patients don't call so much after they read that section. I'll read part of it to you. Take a big breath. Let it out slowly. And repeat that exercise until you feel the muscles in your neck, back, stomach, and legs relax. Do some creative visualization. That helps. Imagine that you're in a deck chair on a softly rocking cruise ship, sunning yourself on a lovely beach, or surrendering to a cozy hammock with a good book, some great music, and the snack of your dreams. Purposely remember how much money people happily pay to be able to do those things on vacation. Then sneak a grin. Smile, because you know you're acting like a vacationing hotshot as you select the CDs, tapes, and radio stations you'll be listening to as you ease yourself into a dreamy, healing mood in an easy chair, a bed, or dive-in sofa. Gather some good books or some tapes with readings of good books. Famous actors and other mellifluous readers make them for your pleasure. Comedians make recordings of their funniest material on DVD, CD, or tape. Tapes becoming antique, but if you can get celluloid recordings and play them, by all means, do so. Give your maxed out muscles and bones something to laugh about when you play these materials for your inner alternative healer. Think of the real-life hero in the biography Tuesdays with Maury. Maury loved his new sedentary life and his admiring visitors so much that people flocked to his side so he could no longer teach sociology or do anything physical to help himself. He accepted massages, assistance with toileting, a good joke, and so much more, because he gave himself permission to enjoy his new lifestyle. He loved the love lavished on him, even though he preferred to have been up and about. You can make the same choice. Choose to accept the state of affairs you're in. Study the blessings around you and welcome them to your life. When you mold a flexible reality around you, your mind and body will be able to cope in predictable and in surprising ways. The delight of it all will ease whatever boredom remains, if any remains, now that you're socializing, intellectualizing, laughing, and breathing more easily than you did before. Being sick, making a recovery, or coping as best you can is not entirely up to surgery, medicine, and doctor appointments. Much of it is up to your attitude. Create a pleasant one by filling the time slots of your post-diagnosis life with a new form of fulfilling things to do. Okay, you ready to rock? You can empower yourself to cope with a medical, mental health, or disability challenge at http://booklocker.com/books/3067.html, or just go to booklocker.com. You can type in my name or the book's title in the search bars. Oh, my name is hard for some people to spell. Yocheved. My last name, Golani. That CH is pronounced the same as in Bach, Yocheved. Store owners and organization people, bulk orders can be made at BookLocker. Go to secure.booklocker.com/booklоcker/wholesale/order.php. Send in your questions and comments about various health issues and about the Refua Radio Show to giveretgolani.com. That's giveretgolani@gmail.com. I can address you and your concerns on pre-recorded audio. I will not use your name if you prefer to remain anonymous. I look forward to hearing from you. And advertisers, you're invited to contact me directly to discuss advertising opportunities on the Refua Radio Show. Send an email to giveretgolani@gmail.com.